On the following day, when the people who were standing on the other side of the sea saw that there was no other boat there, except that one which his disciples had entered, and that Jesus had not entered the boat with his disciples, but his disciples had gone away alone. However, other boats came from Tiberias, near the place where they ate bread after the Lord had given thanks. When the people therefore saw that Jesus was not there, nor his disciples, they also got into the boats and came to Capernaum seeking Jesus. And when they found him on the other side of the sea, they said to him, Rabbi, when did you come here? Jesus answered them and said, Most assuredly I say to you, you seek me, not because you saw the signs, but because you ate the loaves and were filled. Do not labor for the food which perishes, but for the food which endures to everlasting life, which the Son of Man will give you, because God the Father has set his seal on him.
Glory be to God forever.
Absolve me, Father, in the name of the Father, Son, and Spirit, one God. Amen. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Beautiful readings since last night until today, taking from the Gospel of John, chapter 6. It's a very beautiful chapter that talks, or the highlight of this chapter is toward the end about the Eucharist, the body and the blood of Christ. However, from last night we started a bit earlier. There is few stories in this or events that happened in this chapter. Started with the feeding of the multitude, and then the disciples in the boat, and that's what was the reading for last night for the Vespers. And I think the beauty of this part is that Jesus Christ wants to teach his disciples a very important lesson that we maybe also benefit of it. And this beautiful lesson started from the beginning of the chapter 6 in feeding the multitude. Didn't Jesus know that he will take long in the sermon, and the people will be weary and they will need to eat? Like any of us, when we go for a journey or like any trip, we just make sure that we have everything with us, right? So we are going to spend like that long, so we need maybe some food that we need, or at least we know that where we are going to get the food from and all of that. So why Jesus and his disciples were not ready for that? It was actually important for the disciples to see this, that when Jesus is with them, they have no problem at all. Put this in your mind. If Jesus is present in your life, you'll have no problem. You will not be worried at all. So in this situation, when Jesus asked them, you would give them to eat, and said, like, we have nothing except just 5 bread and 2 fish. He said, bring it to me. And he prayed and he blessed it and he gave them multitude. And he said, you give them now to eat, because I blessed it and we have a lot and have enough. So henceforth they learned the lesson that whatever happened to us, but because Jesus is with us, there is nothing to worry about. Even when they were in the boat, I remember the story when they were in the boat, and the sea was rough. Not this one, like another occasion. But Jesus was in the boat, but sleeping. So they run to Jesus and they wake him up. They are still confident that because Jesus is with us and we see him with our own eyes, we're fine. There is nothing will happen to us. But this is the very first level of the lesson. And the second level comes later on when Jesus asked them to go to the sea and he went to the mountain. And that's what we read last night in the Vespers. The disciples used to see Jesus with them, and they learned the lesson. Anything happen, Jesus is here, he will fix it. But in this situation, Jesus was not with them, or they couldn't see him with their own eyes. And that was the problem for them. They didn't know what to do. And maybe they started to think, what happened? Why did he allow this to happen? And this is a very important question that we ask ourselves always about. Imagine with me like the state of those disciples. They spend the whole day with Jesus listening to the sermon. And when the day became to where like they started to try to think, how can we eat, where can we get food, and they started to try to find any provision, any food with any of the people who are attending. There were 5,000 men, plus the ladies and the kids. Maybe we estimated as 15,000 people. So he asked the 12 disciples to go around the 15,000 people and ask if they have something. So they did this round, and they came back to Jesus, said, oh, we found this little boy, have this much. Said, okay, bring it. Okay. And then he said, make the 15,000 sit on a group of 50. Another round, try to get all of these people to sit in group of 50s. I just want you to imagine the amount of effort they did, the disciples. Not only that, after that, he took the food and he blessed it and he gave to his disciples. I don't know how many groups. Anyway, so they went around the groups and they gave them. Finished? We sit to eat? Yes. Okay, no, it's not finished. After you finish all of this, I want you to go around again and collect the fragment, the leftover of the food, and bring it back. So how many times they went around and did all this effort? Okay, we finished finally, and the day finished. Let's go sleep. No. Go to the sea. Okay, but we are very tired, extremely tired. I want you to go to the sea. In the book of Matthew, it's more clear. It's like the Gospel of Matthew said, Jesus made them to go to the boat. He made them, like he kind of forced them to go. But where did you go? Are you coming with us? If you're coming with us, it's fine, because we learned the lesson. If you are with us and we can see you with our own eyes, we are fine. He said, no, I'm not coming with you. I'm going to the mountain to pray. To pray for what? But why don't you come with us? No, I want you to go through this to learn the second level in your spiritual life. What is the second level? So you go and you face the rough sea and you try your very best in the first watch, the second watch, the third watch, and at the very end, I will come to save you. So what do you want us to learn? The whole day we were very tired, and you insist for us to go. That yes, I want you to go through this, so you learn that even though you do not see me with your own eyes, but I'm still here. I'm still there for you. So sometimes you feel like, I don't see Jesus. Where is he in my life? No, he's here. He's here. He hears you. He listens to all your prayers. Remember Zechariah when he was praying at the altar, in the Holy of the Holies. And he saw the angel saying to him, your prayer has been heard. What prayer? The prayer you prayed maybe 50 years ago to have a son. Oh, I thought that was not heard, or at least was rejected. No, it was heard, but the time hasn't come yet. The time hasn't come yet. But all what we see is that we have a plan usually in our minds. And that's what exactly we want God to do for us. If He doesn't do it, I'm sorry to say, He is in trouble. What do you mean? I don't want him in my life. I had someone who said that for me. He had an exam and he said, okay, I need to pass this exam. He didn't pass it. Okay? So I don't want Jesus anymore. What? Just for an exam? You will go again and you will pass it, God's will? No, I don't want Jesus. Because he did not do what I want. But that's not actually what Saint Mary taught us. Saint Mary said to the servants in the wedding of Cana of Galilee, whatever he tells you, he asks you to do, do it. Whatever he says to you, do it. Whatever that means, there's no limit. There is like no logic. I can't use my logic. And actually, what Jesus asked the servants to do was nonsense. What did he ask them to do? Fill the jars with water. Okay, fill the jar with water. Maybe you will clean it? No, just fill it. Okay. Take from this water and give to the head of the servant, like the one who is preparing the wedding. So we give him to taste the water? Yes. Does that make sense? No. But this is what Jesus said? Yes. So I'll do it. Okay. And this is exactly when they see the glory of God. Didn't I say to you, if you believe, you will see the glory of God? That's what Jesus said to Mary and Martha. If you believe, and believe means that you don't have to see with your own eyes. Get to the next level. That even if I don't see Jesus with my own eyes, but I am sure He is here. He is present. And if He asks me to do anything, I will do it. And maybe this is the beautiful verse of this morning that says, do not labor for the food which perishes, but for the food which endures to everlasting life. But I cannot see this one. I can see only the one who perish. And what you're saying to me does not make sense. Why should I labor for something that I cannot see? It is because just that's what Jesus said. And we believe in Him. And believe means that I will do whatever He asks me to do, even if it doesn't make sense to me. So I can go to the second level in my journey with Him and believe that He will do miracles in my life. And glory be to God forever. Amen.